What's good, everyone? It's your boy Narakami 2D back again with another video, but this time I have to talk about some things that have been going on in the community as far as controversy. I know this is a different setup than what I normally do, but the reason why I wanted to do this setup is because there's just so many things that are going on, and I feel like it's best to kind of show you guys kind of what's happening and to kind of just give my thoughts and opinions on couple of subjects that have been brought to light over these past couple of days within the gaming community. For those of you that don't know, and a lot of people are being exposed within the Smash community for sexual assault, but not only sexual assault, pedophilia as well, man. And this is getting really crazy, and this is getting like just too much, man. It's just so much hitting at once, man. Because I was initially going to do a standalone podcast about one situation that was happening and pertains to pedophilia, and that was going to be a situation with this individual right here. Her name is Cindy Pie. She's tweeting. She was apparently having sexual relations with this kid right here, whose name is Puppet. He's currently, I think, 17 or 18. I'm not sure, but at the time she was messing with him. Allegedly, he was 14. This was in 2006, and so I was going to do a video on this, and I was also going to do a video about just the sexual assault cases in general. But then it turns out that we got another case of pedophilia within the community with Nairo. And Nairo, for those of you that aren't really Smash players, Nairo is a really beloved figure within the Smash community. I'm not really a Smash player. I'm more of an FGC, but since Smash kind of entangles with the fighting game community, I kind of know some of the people that are involved within the scene. But this guy is like really big within the Smash community, and to see the accusations for him, and I can guess I can go through some of the twit long. Captain Zack, this isn't this is like the third, or not the third time. This is like the second time that he's been involved in a situation like this. Previously, there was allegations of him in a relationship with Ally, and he came out with this twit longer. Hold on, let me find the twit longer for you guys. I don't want to make this video too long, but we're gonna be here for a good while. So okay, so here's his twit longer. In his twit longer, he goes through a situation in which he basically solicited Nairo and basically gave him oral sex, but at the time he was 15 and Nairo was 20. Now, I'm gonna say this: 15-year-old boys should be soliciting like older people for sex. It's not cool, man. It's not. But at the same time, Nairo was 20 going on 21. He should know better. He should put a stop to that situation, especially if someone of younger age is coming on to you, because you know how things are going to be treated in the situation. But Captain Zack posted this, and he said that he tried to hush him about the situation. He sent him $2,000. He tried to call him and make sure and everything about the situation to try to basically silence him. But he goes through everything, and then he has this little image thing, and I'm gonna have this in the description for you guys, so you guys can take a look and read it yourself. It's just all the screenshots and stuff to try to back up his claims of what he's saying. Again, this is still an allegation, but it doesn't look good when you have all this information. And so that's just the second case of pedophilia. Now you have a third case that just popped up again on my Twitter feed a couple of minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago. with Keitaro. I don't know who this dude is, but apparently, um, there was a accusation of him. This is a just a straight Twitter post. They said he had sex with a minor named with this individual here, and so there are just people getting exposed for pedophilia and sexual assault. And I'm gonna talk about the pedophilia stuff first, right? Before I get into the whole sexual assault and what can be done to stop these things from happening with sexual assault. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the pedophilia and what really needs to be done in these situations uh, of pedophilia. These situations are unacceptable, and from what I've been hearing, right, from what I've been hearing and researching throughout this whole thing is that a lot of high-level profile players knew about some of these cases, but they kept them hush hush, and it didn't really blow up until now until people just started posting on Twitter, and to me that is messed up and that is wrong. Now, I'm gonna say this, right, and this is gonna make a lot of people mad. These twitlongers and these twitters and all these other stuff that people are posting on Twitter about the pedophilia and stuff like that, they need to stop. And before I say why they need to stop, hold on guys, don't get on me. I'm not suggesting that you stop exposing people, but what the reason why I think they need to stop is because this is serious business. When you talk about pedophilia and you run to Twitter and post this stuff on Twitter instead of actually contacting the police, man, that's crazy to me. It's not enough to just shame these people on Twitter and post a little twit longer with your screenshots and information. These people need to be put behind bars, seriously, because if these accusations are true, there is no reason that these people should be walking around in the streets, um, still having opportunity to molest little boys or molest little girls and stuff like that, because that is sickening and disgusting, right? It's not enough to just expose these people. We need to have actual justice, man. Everybody's so woke and stuff like that, but now when there's a time to demand actual justice, man, no one wants to say anything. Everybody wants to talk about, hey, let's just ban these people from tournaments. When are we gonna start moving beyond just banning for tournaments and actually demanding people be put behind bars for some of this stuff? Because this is sickening to me, straight up. To look at my feed and to see this stuff popping up and to see this stuff in Twitter, and it's just mind-boggling to me that all we're thinking about is, oh, let's just ban them from tournaments. I'm sorry, that's not enough for me. It's not, and I'm really heated, as you guys can see, because I don't take kindly to people abusing kids. I'm getting angry just thinking about it, man. I don't take kindly to adults abusing minors, man. And we're over here just exposing these people on Twitter, and we're not actually putting these people behind bars, man. Come on. It's not enough. It's not enough. These people need to be prosecuted and held to the utmost law, because it's just wrong, man. It's wrong. I get trying to have the support and all that and try to tell your story, but this is not the time to tell your story. This is the time to be seeking actual legal action to put these people behind bars and to put these people in jail so they never do this to someone else. Like, it's like people don't have the foresight. They say, well, I don't want I I'm going to tell my story, but and they're the ones that are the victim. The victims are the only ones that can press charges and do stuff about this. I can't do stuff about this. Well, I mean, I can if I see one of these dudes in the tournament or something. Well, they're not gonna be at a tournament. They can catch the hands. It is what it is. Like, I got no problem giving dudes the hands if you over here messing with uh underage boys, man, woman, girl, whatever. You can catch the hands, man, because there's no excuse for you to be messing with underage boys and underage girls. It is what it is, man. But these they need to be the one to do more than just post on Twitter. We have to go after these guys. These guys have to be put behind bars. They have to be held accountable for their actions under the law, man. It's not popular to say because people are going to think, oh, it's like victim blaming or whatnot. This is not victim blaming. This is to stop people from committing more atrocities, and just banning them and blacklisting them for a community is not going to stop them from soliciting other young people for sex. They can find someone off the from out of the scene. Sorry about that, but from out of the scene and solicit them for sex, man. So it's not just that, man. It's about protecting not just the community but people at large. And people aren't looking at the bigger picture. All they're seeing is this little small thing. And there's a much bigger picture that we need to be looking at. We need to be thinking about, man. And again, I wanted to say that these are accusations, but again, a lot of these don't look good. I showed you the thing with the Captain Zach. I'm gonna show you guys the thing with the Cinepi. I like the. Let me see. So Cinepi. Let me check my Twitter. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I think it's my home. No, it's my profile. So I like to tweet. Okay, so this is some of the stuff with Cinepi, guys.
I'm off.
You guys can kind of see.
All right, it was a pleasure, man.
How touchy she is with this little boy. It's about a minute video.
Wow, with that. Come on, man.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah,
Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Right?
For free,
there she is, right there.
Yep.
Look at this. Look at
I
this.
think
right?
Taylor's personally should go
It's just
Jigglypuff.
sickening right
I'm
here.
gonna say it out loud so he can hear me. Maybe here goes
She's-
Jigglypuff.
look at
I don't
her
know.
hands on
I'm
this
just
young
saying.
boy,
I'd love to see some Jigglypuff,
Make it a Pokemon battle.
and he's not doing it. All right, man. I tried. I
Look,
tried.
look
I
at
tried,
how
guys.
they're interacting, man.
It's gonna stick with the Mii Brawler.
It's just disgusting, man.
Miss PK Fire. All right, Lava getting the first game. Not bad.
Zoom
not
in.
bad.
Boom. Look at that. Look at
He's
her.
looking
Look
way
at
more
them.
comfortable in the set than he was before.
Right there.
Like I said, man, like I feel
That's
like
a
you know,
14-year-old boy
alright,
she's
he lost
hugging
some
on.
winners, but you know, for him, a lot of times that can be a good thing because he'll assess what went wrong in that first. set.
That's
He'll make
crazy to
necessarily,
me, man.
Corrections.
That's crazy
Get his
to
head where it
me.
needs to be, and then, you know, we kinda
That
saw
all
that.
we're doing in these situations is just posting twitlongs, and we're not actually putting these people behind bars, or at least pursuing legal action. Because let's just face it, these dudes deserve it, man. They deserve legal action. So stop with the tweetlongs, man. Actually, take that energy, the energy that you use to come forward. Use that energy to actually start, pursuing legal action to get these people out of here. Not just out of the scene, but off the streets, man. Because they need to be off the streets. And that's really all I have to say about the whole pedophilia thing, man. Because this is crazy, man. This is so crazy, man. And also, I got Mr.wizard exposed too as well. I'm just looking at this. He was exposed for pedophilia. For those of you who don't know, Mr.wizard is the head of Evo. Evo just put out this tweet, and there are some people that have his accusation as well. So this one is actually being looked into and being investigated. So I'm happy to see that Evo has taken the steps to ensure that things like this are happening. And initially, this accusation started with a series of tweets by Mike Watson. For those of you that don't know Mike Watson was the owner of Super Arcade that closed down in California, and I don't know what he does nowadays. And he had a kind of a split with him and Alex Vaya, but he also doesn't have a he also doesn't like Mr. Wizard, so yeah. But that is neither here and there. But yeah, many people have stepped up. We have Crack Pond telling his story of what happened between him and Mr. Wizard. I'm gonna try to basically skim over some of this. He was saying what about apparently Mr. Wizard made him do something weird, made him get like a hard on or something for like tokens or something. I never really sat down and read this one. But this is a long one as well. So yeah, I'm gonna post this one in the links for this so you guys can take a look at this as well. And yeah, this pedophilia stuff, and it has to stop. Now moving on to the sexual assault stuff, man. That's not really trending right now, but there is this document on, hold on, there's a document. Okay, so there's this document that I will link for you guys that has a list of just sexual assaults that have been leveraged against people. It also has some of the pedophilia stuff, but they kind of broke it down, and kind of put it in categories. So what I'm gonna basically say for these situations, I haven't been through all of them. I don't know how true some of these situations are. Some of them devolve into cases of he said, she said. Some of them don't seem to fall legally under the guidelines of sexual assaults. Some of them are sexual assaults. There's just so many of them. I just haven't went through all of them, and I'm not going to go through all of them. But I want to say this about sexual assault. Number one, a lot of these cases can be prevented because a good portion of them, I want to say, deal with either solicit a person that's in a relationship with another person, and that person is forcing them, I guess, not forcing them, but coercing them into having sex or whatnot when they don't want it, when they say no initially. There's also some other cases as far as hold on, I lost my train of thought here. I guess fetishization of women. There's also cases where people have asked women to send nudes and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna to kind of deal with some of these cases, man. For number one, if you are a person, as far as not just a woman, but I'm gonna say this: if you're a man, right, and you see stuff like this going around you, or in your scene, and in your tournament, or whatever, or you're a TO or a player, or whatever, you see, people harassing an individual, whether it be male or female, making unworded passes at that individual, you need to step up and say something, because for you to not say anything is for you to be complicit in the crime. So you need to step up and say something. There's no excuse for people to just sit there and watch it, watch this stuff happen. Now, another thing I want to say, this again, this won't be an unpopular opinion, is some of these ladies need to stop messing with some of these dudes, 100%. If I'm gonna tell you this straight up, I'm gonna tell you this 100%. Just because you say no does not mean people are going to respect your no. I'm sorry. People think that we live in this wonderful rainbow world, and you see this with the pedophilia, right? That where everybody just respects everyone, and everyone just doesn't put their hands on people. We just witnessed a couple of months ago, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, an officer of the law kneel on someone's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and watch the breath of that man leave his body. We also saw a shooting of a man who was just trying to protect the store, a black man, David Dorn, and we watched as his life left him over some TVs, man. Wake up to the reality of the world that you're living in. There are people out here that are wicked, and they want to do you harm. And no amount of just saying no is going to stop them, because they're going to try to manipulate you to get what you want. Should men should men respect no's? Yes, they should. But that's not the situation that we're dealing with. We're dealing with people that, and you never know with people. So you have to learn how to put your own personal safety and take control of that, because your no's are very powerful. Think about this, right? You have situations where people can't even say no because they get snatched up while they're walking around or whatever, and they get forced into sexual slavery, or they get sold into sexual slavery, so they don't have the ability to say no. But you, as an American woman, or as a Western woman, or has any other woman where we enjoy more freedoms than most, have the ability to say no, and not just say no, to stop talking to that individual, because a lot of these cases can be avoided if you just not only say no, but remove the individual if they keep persisting. Because I'm gonna tell you this: if an individual doesn't respect your no, that should be a red flag right there. That should let you know that they don't respect you as a person, they don't respect you as an individual, and they just want you for sex, man. Stop playing these games with these lame dudes that all they want to do is try to get in your pants, man. Like, being 100%, man. Stop it with these lame dudes, man. Because you're gonna save yourself a lot of heartache and trouble if you just cut these guys off when they start making these type of advancements that you feel are unwanted, but yet you keep giving in. You're only the manipulation is only as strong as the person that allows it to be. So use the power that you have to walk away from some of these situations, to cut these people out from your life. If you don't feel like you can, say no, if you feel like you can say no, step into a room, step into like a bathroom. Say you got to go to the bathroom or something, text a friend or something, and and tell them, hey, I'm in this situation. I told this guy no already, but yet he keeps trying to persist to have me sex. I want you to come pick me up, or I'm at XYZ location. Can you come to this location to help me out? But I'm gonna stay in the bathroom until then. So you just lock yourself in the bathroom, man. There's so many things you can do to prevent these situations from happening, man. So yeah, that's just something to think about, man. And this isn't to take away from what happened to them, because no one should have to go through being manipulated, man. But you have to think, man, that not everyone has your best interest in mind. And so because not everyone has your best interest in mind, you have to look out for yourself. And you have to also surround yourself with people that are going to at least try to have your best interest in mind, right? You gotta choose wise friends. The Bible makes it very clearly. I think it's a verse in Proverbs, something on the lines of, I'm just paraphrasing, a wise person has good friends, or something on the lines of that. I can't think of the exact verse, man. Don't crucify me, guys. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about these whole situation that's going on, man. It's such a crazy time. 2020 is such a crazy time, man. We have people getting exposed left and right. Yeah, pedophilia, man, that I'm not down with. before I end this video though, I do want to say one more thing about the pedophilia. The people that knew about the pedophilia or didn't say anything about the pedophilia, they need to be removed from the scene as well, because in my eyes they're just as guilty as the person that was engaged in these acts, man. 100% just as guilty. And some of these people are top players and they're smashing, and so they need to be gone. Period, point blank. I'm sorry. They need to be out of there. Out of there. If that was me. Because if you're not saying anything, you're just part of the problem. Because that type of stuff shouldn't be flying. Like pedophilia should not be flying. Straight up. But yeah, man. I'm gonna have to stop talking about that, man. Because bro, that's just gonna get me more heated because you guys can already see, man. I'm not happy with that. But yeah, moving forward, these type of stuff they could be, some of the stuff can be prevented. Some of this stuff, people can step up and try to prevent some of the situations. People can protect themselves better, which is what we need to be pushing forward, so we don't have so many cases where people are coming out and they say they feel like X, Y, and Z made them feel uncomfortable or something like that, because you never want to make someone feel in an uncomfortable situation, but at the same time, we want to make sure that 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 we at least look at the allegations, right? I mean, not look at at least not which hanging people for people coming out on Twitter long or whatever, and saying, oh, this woman said I had blank blank with this guy or whatever or whatever. We're not to at least make sure that there's some type of, like, I don't know, like review board or something like that. I'm sorry guys, man, my thoughts are getting kind of all over the place. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I kind of wanted to do this video in a manner that wasn't really scripted or anything like that, because this is such a serious topic, man, and I don't want it to come across as like a video where I'm just talking monotone or I'm reading off the script. I want you guys to see the raw, the real, my reactions to these type of situations, man. And I think we should do better. We can be better, but at the same time, I don't think we should be automatically pitchforking people. But the more serious stuff that needs to be definitely handled by the cops. And if someone feels uncomfortable, speak up. If you're pursuing a relationship with someone and you feel comfortable with that, you need to take personal steps to make sure that you're not being hurt or you're not being violated in any way that you don't feel is right. Because at the end of the day, I said it, people don't have your best interest in mind. So keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This is just such a depressing, not a depressing video, but it's like a sad video, man. Because to see this just happening, just coming out, boom, 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 and it's still coming out. I guarantee you, I can go to sleep and a couple of and a couple of hours later, man, boom, something else could happen. But that's just my thoughts on the situation, guys. I will probably not be covering these situations again, because you guys can see how I feel about these certain situations, how I feel about certain things, and I hope we can move forward and learn to make the community a better place. But also, I think we do need to be empowering people more to actually do something about these things, and take personal action instead of just saying, oh, let's just pat them on the backs like seals whenever they release a tweet longer about whether that be pedophilia or sexual assault, man, or something like that. We need to empower people to step out and actually do something, so these people aren't walking around free and walking around scot free, and the only thing they get is just a banish from a tournament. Nah, that stuff doesn't fly with me. We need legal action. We need people behind bars so they can see the magnitude and the the weight of their actions, man. Because let me tell you this, man. If people are going to prison for, you know, pedophilia, that definitely will wake them up because people in prison, they don't like people that mess with children, man. Because best believe, you might find someone splitting your wig, or you might find someone up in your tail because they don't take that seriously. They take that stuff seriously, man. They really do. They don't like child molesters up in there. So until we start putting these dudes behind bars, so they can see what it feels like to be abused by people. Yeah, yeah. I'm not all for like vigilante justice, but if you abusing children, I hate to say it, man. Sometimes you just sow what you reap, especially if you don't ask for any type of forgiveness for God, man, and you go out there and you get caught and you get put in prison. I think you almost deserve what you get, dog. But yeah, that's just me rambling. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I don't like talking about situations like this, and I just want to get my thoughts out for you guys. And I just want to say, guys, take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember the two greatest commandments of all: love the Lord God with all your heart, and love thy neighbor as themselves. Especially love your neighbor as yourself, man. Because if a lot of these people actually love their neighbor as themselves, you wouldn't see a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. And definitely, Jesus Christ is much needed in some of these people's lives, because that's the only way some of these dudes gonna be changed, man. So peace out, guys, and I will see you in another video, hopefully a more lighthearted video. Peace.